Hello and welcome to Cozy Creeps, where we bundle up and pretend to be sitting by a cozy fire and listening to spooky tales. I'm Reagan,
I'm River.
and we will be your host for this chilling story. And I don't know if you can hear it in his voice just from that little quip, but I gave him my head cold.
Womp.
Whoops. I gave it to everyone in this house. I gave it to him, our daughter, which our daughter's I think was the most unfortunate because she got a bug bite on her eyebrow, and it was a mosquito bite. She got it on her eyebrow. Like, I took a picture of it, and it was a pretty decent sized bite, okay? But the next morning, I go into her room, and her eye is completely swollen shut. Like, if you play Animal Crossing, if you've seen when the character gets stung by a wasp, it looks like that. It looked like that. It was so awful. So
Yeah.
that happened, and then the next day, she caught my cold.
Then I caught the cold.
Yeah, and then Dad got the cold over here. So, we've all been on the struggle bus here this week in our lovely little household. Um,
Yeah, so maybe you'll get, low raspy River today, but
yeah,
try not to talk a lot and try not to cough a lot.
yeah. I'm mostly back. I've still got like a dry cough, but not as bad as it was the last couple of weeks, thankfully. But yeah, whoopsies. My bad, everyone. But yeah, so we are doing a cryptid story today. Figured we bring some levity after the past 2 weeks of, bumming y'all out with that story about Matthew Shepard. May he rest in peace. But yeah, so we are going to be doing a cryptid today. This one just feels so silly to me. Just so ridiculously silly.
Need something like that.
We really did. We really did. So, with that, let's go bundle up in our favorite blankets. Grab your comfort drink. This week we both have hot tea over here because we need it.
Chamomile with honey.
It's delicious.
Shout out Keanu for this Lincoln Park mug.
Yeah, his brother got him a Lincoln Park mug. It looks pretty cool. Mine says that I'm fucking magical. But yeah, grab your comfort drinks and let's get creepy. So, this story takes place in Caddo, Texas in July of 1964. And I did look up how to pronounce Caddo because I didn't want to say it wrong. We're from Texas. I shouldn't say it wrong.
Yeah. A bunch of people in Texas say Texas things wrong. And Caddo is west of Dallas, probably a couple hours.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a really small town, outside of Dallas. But let's jump into it. So there were several unrelated eyewitnesses who claimed in this area to have seen a 7-foot black gorilla-like creature lurking around this area, this countryside area. The first sighting to be reported was in late June of 1964, and 40-year-old local man John Mitchell was inside of his trailer home when he heard his dog start making a bunch of weird noises outside. Like the dog was whimpering, almost like it had been injured. So John went out there to go check on the dog, see what had happened. Just to note, the dog was not injured. Just scared and freaked out, and whatever was out there maybe pushed the dog over, but didn't hurt the dog, thankfully. And then I pushed him. Yeah, but thankfully the dog was not injured. Dog was okay. Just to preface that now, because I know I was like, what happened to the dog? Where's the dog? Is the dog okay?
The dude could perish, but the dog is alive. That's fine.
Listen, we all know that trope of the main character could die and we probably won't care, but if that dog dies, we're gonna have issues.
I Am Legend.
Yep,
Still
exactly.
scarred.
Anyway, so John goes outside and he finds his dog hiding underneath the trailer home and just refusing to come out. Like he's trying to coax the dog out, and dog is like, I think not. This dog is scared and it is hiding. So then, while he's out there, he hears something in the shrubs nearby his trailer and he runs back into the trailer. Rightfully so. The dog was already outside to begin with and not coming out from under the trailer. The dog shows its life at that point. Still, nothing better happened to that dog. So he runs back into the trailer, and once inside, he looks out the window and he saw what he described as this huge creature that looked like a gorilla. He called the Breckenridge Sheriff Department to report the sighting, but by the time the police got to his trailer, obviously the creature was long gone.
Bum bum.
Now, like we said earlier, Caddo was and still is a very, very small community. At the time, it only had around 50 people. I looked it up and it said anywhere from 40 to 70 people in that area now.
Like still?
Now, still, yeah. So
Jeez.
it's a very, very, very small town, small area.
Very ethnically diverse, I'm sure.
Oh, I'm sure. So, obviously, with it being such a small community, word spread fast about what John Mitchell had encountered. And the story spread actually so much, it actually spread outside of town and not only made it into like the local newspaper, but it also made it to a TV station called WBAPTV. And that's a news station out in Fort Worth, Texas. Now, they sent out a journalist named Floyd Bright to interview Mitchell about what he had seen that night. And again, he gives the same description. It was like a 7 foot tall gorilla like creature standing on its two hind legs. And so, over the next 3 weeks, Mitchell claimed to actually see the creature again on several different occasions. And other locals even started noticing that their dogs were starting to act weird at night, like something was outside of their homes. But at this point, no one really fully believed John Mitchell, as he was the only one who had seen this creature. So everyone was just kind of like, okay, bud, maybe you saw something else and you're thinking you saw this thing because it was dark out.
I'm already calling mass hysteria. As massive as, 40 people could be.
As massive as it gets. Well, then, on July 18th, 1964, the creature would make its next appearance, and it would actually be seen by several different people.
Seen?
Seen.
Actually seen.
Seen. In daytime. It's crazy. We'll get there. We're going to go over it right now. So the first sighting would be a group of kids, and specifically the kid who kind of has like the most in-depth story of what happened. His name is Eugene Couch. He's 9 years old, and him and his friends are out fishing at a local pond during the afternoon. And while they're there, they noticed that there was something like lurking in the grass and the bushes and the shrubs nearby, but they couldn't quite see what it was. So the kids are about to leave, and then the creature comes out, like shows its teeth. I'm guessing like baring its teeth, like, and growls at them. Obviously, they're kids. They ran away. Smart children. Now, Eugene would run home and he would tell his mom, Deb, what he saw. She would actually go back to the pond where they were fishing to investigate, but she admits she didn't see anything. However, based on how just absolutely terrified her son was when he came home, she's convinced that he saw something out there. She just doesn't know for sure what he saw.
I'm having thoughts of a previous case that we covered.
Is it the alien one?
That's the alien one.
I had a feeling, yeah. Yeah, where all these kids were like, Mom, Dad, I saw aliens.
Mom, Dad, I saw a giant gorilla.
I saw a giant gorilla man out by the pound.
They actually did kind of sound like that.
They really did. I was watching a video to kind of get a lot of these notes, and they had clips from interviews with some of these people, oh goodness.
Did we shout out that guy yet?
Oh, dang it. No, I forgot to put it in there. Will you pull it up for me?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it real quick, because...
Yeah, I want to definitely...
Shout out.
Yeah, I definitely want to shout him out.
Sweggle Studios.
Yeah, on YouTube.
Or Swiggle, I don't know.
River actually found this video come across his, like, I guess, homepage. Yeah, so it came across his homepage on YouTube, and he saved it because he's like, ooh, topic.
And this guy, Swiggle, I'm gonna call him Swiggle, he looks like a mix of, like, Shane Madej and Adam Scott.
Kind of does, yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of does. He did a lot of really good stuff overall with it. He actually does like little reenactments throughout it. It's so cute. Loved it.
Highly recommend actually watching that one too.
Yeah, it's a really good video. But he actually pulled the clips. He said they came from UNT's database. That's where all of these news clips were stored. He pulled the clips and put them in his video as well. So we'll get into some of these news clips, but the actual interviews, yeah, all of these people sound like they came from damn bad. I'm not making fun of people with this accent. I know people with this accent, but it's just hearing it sometimes, even as a Texan, is just so funny. It's so funny. I don't know what it is, but not to be mean. Again, I know I'm related to people with this accent. Like, it was kind of comical to hear it. Um, but anyway, there was actually an adult who saw the creature on this day as well, and it was John Mitchell's wife. So their son was playing with little Eugene Couch. He was one of the friends that was down there. I'm guessing um, John Mitchell's wife was down there, kind of supervising as well. So they run back to the trailer to get John, and he grabs his gun in true Texas nature and
Look
goes
like
after the
John
creature.
Wayne.
That's the main theme in this is the whole town grabs their gun and they ready.
The Second Amendment, let's go.
Let's go. We gotta get that critter. But so he got down to the pond and the creature was nowhere to be seen.
Again.
Again, shocker. Now, at this point, the story actually started to gain a lot more traction and was starting to be taken more seriously because a group of people had seen it. And so a lot of people, like, that night went and locked all their doors and windows, which in small rural town, especially in the 60s, it's a common thing. People probably didn't lock their doors, didn't lock their windows. Like, they felt safe in their community. But now they were locking their doors, locking their windows. And again, in true Texas fashion, they got out their guns.
Gorilla got thumbs.
Ka-chow! Wait, no, that's Lightning McQueen. I know what I'm doing. It's fine. Anyway, some people even apparently sat out on their porches, just camping out, hoping they could see the creature.
You need to do something in the 60s.
I guess so, in a small rural town. Well, then, at 11 p.m. that same night, 72-year-old Charlie Gant was on the lookout for the creature after hearing the rumors about it around town. He had his gun loaded and ready to go. This man was prepared. So he starts hearing this rustling sound coming from the bushes around his house, and he went out to see what it was. We'll get there. Shockingly, we will get there. I know, that's a big shocker. Once outside, he noticed something move in the dark out of the corner of his eye. Now, he only caught a glimpse of the creature, but it was dark, so he didn't really get a good look at it. Now, Gant was determined to get this creature and, take it down because he saw it as a danger to his community. They didn't know what it was. They were scared of it, so he was gonna take care of business.
First, ask questions later.
Moment later, he saw what he thought was the creature hiding in some shrubs and fired 10 shots at it.
Dang.
In true Texas fashion.
I wonder what kind of gun it was. 10 shots.
He said it and I forgot. Dang it. I forgot to put it in the notes, but he did say it. Now, after firing his weapon, he went to see if he'd hit the creature, but it was gone, so clearly he didn't hit it.
I mean, 72, that was a bad shot.
But also, it's dark out, the creature's dark, I don't think you've got a lot of luck.
He probably should have kept a shotgun. Sounds like one a shotgun.
It wasn't a shotgun.
Didn't think so.
No.
Got my AR-15. It definitely was not.
It's definitely
not back
in
then.
the 60s.
I'm sure some like Winchester lever action is.
No.
It fits the theme.
It wasn't that old school, I don't think, but not the point.
I don't
Anyway.
take shotguns as much as I want to.
Anyway, so Gant goes and checks the rest of his property, finds nothing, doesn't even find footprints, so he returns home but keeps an eye out from his home for the rest of the night.
10 more shots.
10 more shots just to scare it up for good. And then there were several more sightings throughout the night as well. One woman claimed to have seen its arm, I guess, leaning on her front porch post. She just said it was on her front porch post. That's all I got. And then others said they saw it, wandering and scurrying through the streets. So,
just picturing a gorilla.
A lot of people just chilling. Anyway, so a lot of people claim to have seen the creature that night. However, no one got a good look at it. Everyone only just caught quick glimpses of it. That was it. Now, the next day, everyone in town heard about these various sightings, and a lot of people even went up to Gant and asked him, what happened? Because they heard him firing his gun in the middle of the night, which, that's fair. I think if I heard one of my neighbors shooting off a gun, I'd be like, hey, what happened?
That's just old man Gant.
What was that about?
You just shoot the clouds.
No, I would definitely ask. So he told them what he'd seen, and he referred to the creature as the Critter. And that's the name that stuck.
Critter.
We call it the Critter.
The Critter insinuates something small.
It does. To me, it insinuates something like an armadillo.
Yeah, you can call it creature.
The critter. No, it's the Caddo Critter now.
I know it's a cattle critter, but like creature sounds like it should be something bigger.
It
Like
does.
you said, like armadillo, that's a critter. You
That's a
know,
critter.
little possum, that's a critter.
But this 7 foot gorilla-like creature, not a critter. Anyway.
Oh, actually, I'm gonna interrupt
Hmm.
at the mention of a possum and critter. My little
Mhm.
fun fact that I mentioned before.
Oh yeah.
There's a place near Caddo called Possum Kingdom State Park
We're going.
with Possum Kingdom Lake.
We're going.
I wonder if it got
We're going.
possum.
Going.
Okay, that's my little fun
Road
fact.
trip. Anyway. Road trip.
Anyways,
Anyways, so the news of the Caddo critter spread outside of the town throughout north central Texas, and several newspapers actually reported on the creature and the sightings. Gant even made it on the front page of the Abilene Reporter newspaper with his story, which was a pretty big newspaper for that area at that time.
yeah, Abilene, right, is another city.
Yeah, it's another city, I think.
It's up there by
Yeah.
Amarillo, right?
No, I forget where it is. Texas is huge. I don't remember where all our cities are. I know it's somewhere though. Um, this same news story, though, also noted that some random tourist even saw the creature off of US 180 the same night that Gant saw it. So that kind of helped add a little credibility to the story because these people didn't live in town. They weren't hearing the rumors about it. They were just passing through and they also claimed to have saw the critter.
Oh, okay.
Where is it?
Abilene's like the next major city west of Fort Worth.
Ah, there we go. So this is also central Texas. Um, so our good friends at the WBAPTV sent out our boy Floyd Bright again to do a news story. W. So Floyd first spoke with Eugene about what he'd seen, and him and his sister showed him the exact location where the creature had come out and growled at him. Eugene describes the creature as a 7 foot tall thing and said that it showed its teeth and growled at them. And guys, the video is actually really cute. Like he's just standing there, like arms out. He's got a little sheriff's badge on, and he goes, "Grr!" It's so cute. It's actually pretty cute to watch. I won't lie. But after that cute little interview, Bright went to interview Gant as well about his experience. And then for the next 2 weeks after this, the townspeople just kept a sharp eye out for the critter. They were like, okay, where's this thing going to come up next? What's going to happen? Groups of young men were actually riding around in their trucks to find the critter. People were camping out on their porches. Everyone was talking about it, just waiting for the next sighting. Now, however, surprise, surprise, there were people in this town that did not believe the critter was real. Breckenridge Deputy Sheriff Edgar Martin said that while he believed these people saw something, like he's not discrediting that they saw something, he thought it was probably a man dressed in a gorilla suit pranking everyone and not like an actual cryptid creature. Now,
Shun.
now Gant was actually very upset by this and like by the non-believers taunting these people for believing in the critter because he felt like he had risked his life that night to protect his town.
Stole my Porsche and fired a gun 10 times. Shun the non-believer.
Well, he also like tried to chase it down and like checked his property and stuff.
As
Like,
quick as a 72-year-old man can.
hey, he put in that work. He thought he was protecting his community, and these people are making fun of him. He did not take kindly to it.
You know what? He was a brave man.
He was a brave man. I mean, listen, if I heard that a 7 foot tall gorilla-like creature was lurking around, I'm not standing outside with a gun.
You know what? I just realized, like, that dude was born in the 1800s.
Yeah, he was.
Wow.
Crazy.
He's probably alive when Link was alive.
No.
Not that early.
No, wrong. Try again. Anyway, so now there were two people who were believers in the critter, Leroy Yarborough and Jerry Oakes, and they decided they were going to take matters into their own hand to get proof of the critter and get photographic evidence. So they went around to various forests around the county, hoping they would see the critter, but had no luck. And then they had the idea that the critter might be near water or near bodies of water, because all creatures need to drink to survive. So they started searching around local creeks and lakes and ponds. And finally, they spotted the critter near a creek. The critter was apparently very fast and hard to track down, but Oakes did manage to get a picture. they had the picture developed and sent off to several local newspapers. And guys, this photo is so bad. It's comically bad. I will post it to our socials because God, it's so funny. It literally, like, I personally love to believe in cryptids because you know what? It's cool and we don't know what else out there in the world. Let's be real. Um, but this photo literally just looks like a black blob that is kind of shaped like a tall human. Like that's it.
It's like a
It's
worse
so
Bigfoot
funny.
photo.
It's like the worst Bigfoot photo you've ever seen. It's
Yeah,
so
it's
funny.
Timu Bigfoot
It is Timu
with
Bigfoot.
big text.
It is. Now, listen, I get it. It was the 60s, but like this picture is so bad, guys.
People can't take good pictures nowadays anyway. For evidence for all these aliens and
Right. Now, there was one news article that they had sent this picture to that wrote up a report that even stated that the men got actual footage of the critter as well. And like I said,
it's also
Sweegle,
trash.
God, it is, it's also trash. But Sweegle put it in his video, and it is just as bad. It's literally a black blob running on some trees for a split second.
The camera shake. It's like you gave your toddler the flashlight to hold while you're doing freaking car work, and they're
I know
just
they're just
everywhere with it.
It's so funny. It is so funny to watch, guys. Um, but this picture and footage caused the story to blow up again. Everyone was like, "Oh my gosh, they got images of it. They got footage." What? Is it the train?
My mic has not been plugged as this time.
I'm sure they could probably still kind of hear you.
Well, that's awkward. I've been hearing just the effervescence of my voice for 20 minutes. I'll be like the LaCroix of my sultry, raspy voice. Well, that's awkward. We're keeping it in.
So, I mean, we don't have a choice. It's the whole episode, basically. Like,
Yeah.
Jesus. Whoopsies. Anyway, back to our story. But yeah, the picture and footage caused the story to blow up again. The story got so big again that again our people at the WBAPTV went out and interviewed Yarborough and Oaks about getting the footage
Should have called
and their
Holland.
experience. Right? What?
It was a bad joke.
Okay.
You know, Holland Oates, the band, Yarborough and Oaks.
Okay, sure. Anyway, not the
Should have
point.
kept it unplugged.
You should have. Just let me unplug that real quick. Hold on. But yeah, so they interview them about the footage. They talk about seeing the critter and everything. And shocker, it's basically the exact same description that everyone else has given. Like, well, we only caught a glimpse of it, but it was real tall, like 7 feet tall. It was a real big creature. That was pretty much it. That was the interview in a nutshell. Now let's talk theories about what the critter is. So, theory number one is kind of the theory that was the biggest at the time, and it was that the critter was actually an escaped animal from either a circus or a nearby zoo.
Do like small towns even have like zoos?
I mean, they said nearby zoo, so I'm guessing the nearest one was like the next major city. I don't know. That was the biggest theory they had at the time. Now, there was a newspaper report around this time that an ape had escaped from a train wreck near the near the Mexican border, and perhaps it found its way to central Texas,
Brother was on a run
several hundred miles away. Like, sure.
He's like, damn, I want some of that Possum Kingdom.
He's like, I want that free open land. Anyway, well, now, like I said, this theory was very popular at the time, and it was so popular that WBAP-TV went and interviewed a local expert about this. Now, the expert said that an ape-like animal that had escaped from captivity, like a zoo or a circus, probably would not have stayed out long because they're high-value animals for a zoo and a circus. So those places would have known about it and would have been on the lookout for it. And if they were hearing stories of an ape-like creature running around a town, they were gonna go pick it up and bring it back. Like,
yeah, and like big game hunters too would love a prize like that. And I do not condone.
I mean, yeah, don't condone, but let's be real, it would have happened. So he also did say that if anything, it could maybe be a chimpanzee. However, even then, survival in somewhere like central Texas was just very unlikely. I mean, you've got the extreme summer heat, which
The humidity.
the survival of that as a native Texan is hard. I
Yeah.
can't imagine an ape-like creature surviving. Also, just lack of food that the animal would be able to find and eat and sustain itself, as well as extreme weather conditions, because Texas weather can't decide what it wants to do with its life ever.
Yeah, like the woodlands flooded today, apparently.
Yeah, it's about 45 minutes north of Houston, and there are several areas in Houston right now that are flooding, like major,
I
major,
mean,
major
hurricane
flooding.
season just started.
We just started. We're starting strong. That wasn't even a tropical storm. These were just rainstorms. We're doing great here, guys. Anyway, now on top of this, gorillas and most apes generally move around on all fours, like they're hopping around on their feet and their hands, as opposed to just two legs like humans do. So this expert ended this interview by saying that the most likely culprit was a human. Shocker.
Like Bigfoot.
No, don't come after Bigfoot like that.
You're right, I actually got a decent picture of Bigfoot.
Listen, I believe in Bigfoot. I believe he's out there.
I'm believing anything is the
Mothman, Moth. I believe in Mothman too. He's cool.
Mothman. Ripped six pack after Mothman.
Stop. We'll cover Mothman Monday because I love him so much.
Another day.
Another day. Now, anyway, then this expert saying that he believed that it was probably a human actually goes into the next theory that the critter was just a man in a costume pranking everyone. Now, WBAPTV went to several costume shops in the area to even see if they had something like that available to be purchased at the time of the sightings. And like there were definitely some options for costumes that would make this plausible and would totally make sense. Like, yeah, a man put that on and ran around people's yards at night like a weirdo. But let's discuss the fact of how extremely dangerous this would have been, especially once the sightings got more and more and like people were getting more and more freaked out by this. Like your neighbors are on the lookout for the critter with their guns drawn. Like if you are actively doing this still, you're just reckless. You have a death wish, I think.
I mean, friggin' TikTok pranksters are still doing their pranks despite the high risk to reward ratio.
I don't know, man. I just like if you are running around actively knowing that your neighbors have their guns drawn,
Doing it for the vibe.
you're not the most intelligent.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
yeah,
the dumb
but it's
people
like,
doing this.
what would you even be doing it for? Because they didn't come out and be like, haha, it was me, guys. I was doing it for attention. Like, no one ever came out and said that. So, like, why were you doing this? I don't get it.
People have extremely stupid reasons.
Yeah, I guess so. So, a lot of people also said this could just be a case of a misidentified animal and mass hysteria for some of these sightings. There is another theory as well that John Mitchell, the original witness, may have kind of been influenced by the story of another unknown nearby creature.
Another cryptid?
Another cryptid in Texas. Another Bigfoot-like cryptid in Texas.
Big tits.
So, no, you're gonna love his name. So a few months earlier, newspapers reported on the Haskell Rascal.
That's cute.
That's what they called him.
That sounds like a cute little rodent, like a wombat.
No, it was essentially a larger version of the Caddo Critter. It was supposedly bigger. I don't know. So, it's thought that Mitchell may have read about this and then a few months later heard something outside, heard his dog scared, saw something out of the corner of his eye, and the critter was created. So, this just kind of leans into like that mass hysteria thing, and also just the fact that this was a time where news of cryptids was kind of a big deal. Like, there wasn't a whole lot going on in the 50s and 60s. So, like, you had Bigfoot in the 50s, you had Mothman coming in the late 60s. So, like, just kind of seemed like a trend there.
Texas, like, we need our own cryptid.
Like, there were other stories, too, of, like, Bigfoot-like creatures throughout central Texas. So, I feel like that could lean to the credibility, but also just, I don't know.
When did Goatman come about?
Goatman?
Because that's not too far from Caddo.
It's not. I don't know exactly when Goatman started. Per se, like, the legend of Goatman. probably like the late 1800s at the earliest, if I
Um,
remember correctly. But yeah, that is the story of the Caddo Critter. That was it. I told you, he just seems like a silly little thing, doesn't he?
I think it was Patrick Star in an ape suit.
Yeah, that's what you think it was.
That's what I keep imagining. Just
That
a
SpongeBob episode.
extremely low budget monkey suit. I thought I was doing a pretty good job.
That's basically what they showed in like one of the news clippings was a low budget gorilla suit. But yeah, so that's the Caddo Critter. I hope everyone enjoyed a little bit of levity for this episode because boy oh boy did we need it after the last 2 weeks. Ooh. But anyway, we're gonna get into my role of the admin as usual. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok, all under Cozy Creeps Podcast. So you can check us out there, follow us there. Um, if you have any recommendations or listener stories that you want to send in, you can not only send them to our socials, you can also email them to cozycreepspodcast@gmail.com. And I do check all of those pretty regularly, so if I see them, I will make note of them and set them aside as suggestions. We are also just, we're going to work on getting this solidified eventually, but right now with working, we record and I research when we can, so at least once a week. Expect an episode out of us at least once a week. Sorry, guys. Also, sorry to my YouTube peeps. Last week, I totally forgot to post the video for last week's episode on YouTube.
Well, now they get two.
So you're gonna get a 2-for-1 deal this week. Sorry, but also yay, 2-for-1 deal. Um, Also follow us wherever you listen to your podcast: Spotify, Apple Podcast, Amazon Music, any of the podcasting stations that you use to listen to us. It's greatly appreciated. It helps us get pushed out more and more, gets us out to more listeners, which we would greatly appreciate. And yeah, with that, let's bundle up in our favorite warm blankets, finish off your comfort drinks, and stay cozy. Bye.